Big Guy Fitness Daily Journal, day 28. Today's main topic, I'm going to talk about what they don't really tell you about the journey of weight loss and the phases that you actually go through. Had I known this before my own experience of learning it, I would have done things way differently. So at the very beginning of doing this, I got heavy into fasting, intermittent fasting, 24-hour, 36, 72-hour fasting. And I was seeing so much weight loss because you're basically depriving yourself of calories. You're healing your gut. You know, those 48 and 72 hours really do heal a lot of bacteria in your gut, which your gut really is the source to eating fat and doing all that stuff, and you using the protein wisely and feeling healthy. Your gut is a really important thing. So I wouldn't have not done that, but I would have definitely added weight training earlier on, because I did 3 months of intermittent fasting, and it was awesome. I had lost about 40 pounds, 35 pounds. I went from 210-ish, 209, and I'm 5'10". So I went around the, say 210, down to 170. First 180, then I gained 15 pounds. Then I did another phase where I lost another 15, which was the 15 I had gained. And I did another 3-month phase where I started weight training. So it was about a total of 9 months that I got down to 170, which is really where I want to be. I want to be at like 165, 170. And for the last 3 months, I've been doing a maintenance phase where I've kind of really stayed in the 168 to 172 range. And the big thing that I'm finding is once you get to an area that you're sort of happy, I'm not thrilled. I still have a long way to go. I still can't get rid of the side stuff and, around the waist, and that's the last thing to go for men. But that is really cutting your diet and really being careful about it. And so the last month or two, not that I haven't been good on my diet. I've been eating a lot of protein, not eating too many carbs or fats, but mixing those in from time to time, and then having, not cheat days, but this is kind of why the subject came up, because there have been several weeks where I'll just eat pizza, or I'll just eat some pasta, or I'll eat a lot of sugar in a day, or I'll eat a calorie dense day where instead of being like 1,800 to 2,500 calories, I'll eat like 35 to 4,500 calories. And that gets out of hand really quickly. And the point of this is, early on when I would do that, especially if I took a cheat day on the weekend, like I'd crush it during the week and I'd lose 4 to 5 pounds, which isn't hugely advisable. They say you lose about 10% of your body weight a week is a really healthy marker. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should aim for 2 pounds a week, which is a little less than half a pound a day. But I was losing a pound a day, sometimes 2 pounds in a day, and then another day would be 1, and it would average out. Some weeks I would lose 7 pounds. Like I did it the wrong way. It was fun, it was exciting, and I still had energy, and that's the only reason I did this, because my energy was still really high. The fasting, man, I could go days without eating and not be hungry. So I just kind of rode that wave. Had I to do it over, I would have forced myself to still eat, not fast as much, slow the process down a little, because my metabolism took a huge hit later on, when I had like a month or two where I really couldn't see any movement. I couldn't lose weight. I wasn't really in the mood to do any of this stuff. We had fires out here in California. It was kind of a gloomy time. We couldn't go outside and walk. Boo-hoo us, right? Now it's beautiful, sunny, and anyway, so my point with the food is what to expect in these different phases. During the early phases, like I said, if I ate like I just described, where I had kind of a really heavy cheat weekend, I lose 6 pounds, right? I go crazy. And then on the weekend, I have a burger one day, which isn't terrible, but it's a restaurant burger, so it's got all these sauces, it's cooked in seed oils, it's doing all the wrong things probably. Has cheese that's not the greatest cheese, tastes great, but and then you use ketchup, and then you drink some sodas, then you have like an alcohol beverage or 2 or 3 or 4, especially if they're like tiki things, which I like, like the high sugars with the agave syrups and the simple syrups and the pineapple juice. Now I'm getting off in fantasy land because this all sounds great. But if you do that on one day, and then the next day, say you have leftover French fries, and then you eat like a slice of pizza, and that's a lot for changing your diet. I would gain back maybe 5 of the 7 pounds that I lost. Or if I lost 5 pounds, I'd gain back 4 to 5 of them. And then what happens is you're fighting the next week, the first 2 or 3 days. So Monday, I'd lose probably 2, because some of it would be water weight and sodium and stuff. And then the next day I'd lose 1. And so by Wednesday, maybe I'd get back to where I was the week before. Then I'd only have 2 days of real work and losing weight that week. So it was always this back and forth pendulum. It wasn't the smartest thing to do, but it allowed me to stay in it. And what's happening now in this phase, where now I'm not 200 pounds, I'm not 190 pounds, 180 pounds, I'm 170, which is in a good place. My chest, I've added a lot of resistance training. My muscles are fuller. I feel good when I look in the mirror, with the exception of, again, the belly area, which I have to address. But at this point, when I used to eat like that, I would look in the mirror the next day and I would literally feel and be like, oh man, my gut's coming back and it's protruding. And that was probably the inflammation of the salts in the food. But even with that, it would take a day to come off, or I'd feel like flubbier. I'd be like, oh man, that food's making maybe the water retention. And so now, I will get to the point now. The interesting thing is, here I am at 170, and for about 3 or 4 weeks, every 4 days or so, I do eat some crummy stuff. And so yesterday I had 3 slices of this Meat Lovers pizza that was just sure, protein, but it's not the greatest meat. They try to save money at these pizza places, and they don't give you lean beef. But it was pepperoni and sausage and pork and bacon, and it was delicious. But all the carbs, it was very, very thick, bready pizza. So I had 3 slices of that. Then I came home and I had another 2 slices later that night. So I literally had more than a half a pie of a big regular pizza. And I was like, oh man, tomorrow's gonna be a wreck. And I woke up, looked in the mirror, my stomach wasn't protruding. It probably was inflamed, it probably was feeling bigger and looking big, but I didn't notice it as much because now I'm down to 170. So that push out, it's not like you're going to you're not going to lose all your gains of the last 9 months, 10 months. But the mentality that I set up early on in phase 1 and 2 was I would see those things happen and I'd panic, right? So during the weekend, I'd be like, the next week, I'd be like, oh man, I'm so angry that I ate like that, even though it was good. So I've mentioned before, don't let yourself be angry at this stuff. If you're gonna actually do it, enjoy it, because there's nothing like doing a cheat weekend, and then not thoroughly enjoying it at the time because you're in your head, and then it's like, why do it? Just enjoy it. Take the time off, enjoy it, but understand what the results are going to be. And when you're in phase 1 and 2, where you're heavily overweight, you're going to feel and see more of that. Your stomach is going to bloat out. But when you're down to a smaller size and your stomach's a little more firm, everything, even if you bloat a little, it's only going to be a little, it's not going to be that panic, like, oh my God, here I go again, I lost everything. And like I said, you will not lose. We have to have that mental strength to realize we're not going to lose everything we did over the last 6 months. Again, if you've only been doing this for 2 days and then you go back and you have a cheat day, sure, you may lose what you just did the last 2 days. And then if you do it for a month and then you go to a cheat day, you may lose a couple days, but you're not going to lose the whole month. So think about when you're in phase 2 or 3 or 4 that you've lost 5 pounds each section and you're down 20 pounds, 25 pounds. Say you're even further along and you lost 30, 35 pounds. When you have a cheat day, you may gain a pound or 2, but you'll get that off. But you're already so far down the line of success. So look forward to phase 3 and 4, but that's consistency, right? You have to be in it long enough to see that. And that's why I'm saying if I had to do this over again, I wouldn't have pushed everything so hard in the beginning, because I know phase 3 or 4 is going to come eventually. If it comes in 8 months, I mean, it may take 6 to 8 months to get there, right? That's going quick. That's going really quickly. If you lose 10 pounds a month for 6 months, you lose 60 pounds. If you have 40, like I had 40, about a little over 40 pounds to lose in 6 months with a little break in between, that's basically what I did. I did 10 pounds a month, which is 2.5 pounds a week. That's not hard to do. You can manage that. 5 pounds every 2 weeks, 10 pounds a month. But again, there's a long game. To lose 40 pounds, you're looking at 6 months out if you're being aggressive about it. If not, it may take 8 months, 9 months. But regardless, who cares? What's the difference between 7 months, 9 months, 10 months? Once you get there, that's when the fun begins. That's when you can keep your schedule. And now you'll be in a whole different mindset because you'll be used to eating better. I mean, I don't eat the crap food that I used to. I used to eat so much stuff. I used to have potato chips everywhere, cookies everywhere. I used to have just anything with sugar in it would be all over my counter. It was an addiction. And I don't think I've purchased potato chips except for maybe like corn tortilla kind of chips for dipping in salsa. I haven't bought a thing of cookies in 8 months. And I used to have bags and bags because I'd be the guy that I'd see Oreo comes out with a new flavor. I'm like, oh, I got to try that. And every brand would come out with a new thing. Same thing with potato chips. Oh, there's this new spicy jalapeno thing, and it's Pringles. Pringles never had one. Oh, I'm gonna try that. I would just gorge on all that crap. I don't eat like that anymore. Not that I don't. If it was there, I might try it, but I just don't crave it anymore. I love the fruits, and I don't eat a ton of vegetables, but the proteins and the lean salmons, and I love avocado and eggs. I can't get enough of that stuff. And now this protein shake that I talked about in another video, if you want to check that out, it's in the description. I am obsessed with this new ice cream style protein shake. It's got low calories, low fat and carbs, and it gives you so much protein. So anyway, another discussion. But the point of this video, and I will end it because it's getting lengthy and nobody's probably watching this at this point, but the point is, look forward to that phase 3 and 4 if you're in phase 1 and 2, and don't kill yourself over the phase you're in right now, because you will be in 3 and 4 soon enough. And once you're there, everything opens wide and you can kind of eat what you want. I mean, you can't really go back to 4,000, 5,000 calorie days and eating nothing but junk food. You have to still give your body that rest. So I do, like I said, instead of doing 18 hours of rest and 6 hours of feeding, I'm pretty much down to 12. And even though it's 12 hours of rest in between eating, and I'll eat the first meal, but then I probably won't eat for 4 or 5 hours. Maybe I'll have a snack or something. So it's even in the time that's extended past the 6 hours of fasting, feeding window, I don't throw in all the junk that I used to. And even if I do, like I said, in this phase, I won't see much of a difference. I'm not going to lose 9 months, 10 months of gains. And even if you lose a little gains, it's not enough to go, oh man, I wish I never did that. Look in the mirror, it looks terrible. I'm happy with where I'm at right now, look-wise. So got a long way to go. The journey is even longer. It's a lifestyle change, and it feels good. It really does get to a point where it just feels good. It's fun. So I have rambled and talked to myself for too long on this video. Anyway, music listening choice of the day is going to be some Scott Henderson, Tribal Tech, the album Dr. He, and the song Dr. He. Check out the short video of that in the comment below, or in the description below. It is awesome. Scott Henderson's just a master of rock, jazz, fusion. And this tune, I transcribed the lick. You can see it on my guitar breakdown site, hopefully soon. I'm going to do a lesson on it. It's just this real cool, maybe 4 to 7 second lick. It's got a lot of notes in it, but it's got so much shape and form to it. It's got this chromatic jazz thing. And the tone is so thick and aggressive, but not in like an angry ear pierce. Like, it's just smooth. It sounds like a saxophone, and that's what he goes for a lot of his playing. It is beautiful. It's awesome. Transcribed it. Gonna teach it in a couple days, hopefully. And yeah, I'm starting to get in my head, and I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna finish up my walk. It's the weekend. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Like and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. And comment. Let's have a discussion. And I will next week not make these videos so rambly. It's just a Sunday, and I'm just kind of all in my head. Life is a little challenging at the moment. Yeah, it's been a challenging week, and I'm trying to put it all together. So hope you guys are managing, doing well, treating each other well, and I will see you guys on the next one.